Back out on another hike and wild camp. It's November, so it's beginning to get chilly. The bag's getting heavier, and I've come out to a part of Dartmoor I haven't been before. Parked up in Fernworthy kind of reservoir forest area, hiking through the forest before going up onto the tops of the moors. And I'll be similar sort of place as I was last time, around that kind of hanging stone hill area. But first impressions, Fernworthy, bloody lovely. Although it's busy as anything, I didn't realise I turned up and there's a film being made here, Werewolf or something, and yeah, kind of a whole film set's been put up, vans everywhere, signs everywhere, so I'm going to get away from that all ASAP. Of course, I've got this little cracker thing with me. Right, mucker. Gone. So I'm excited about this one. I'm an affiliate of Terra-nova. Absolutely love their tents. Got a couple of them. And I sent them an email the other month just asking if they've got anything that I could try out. And they've sent me over a tent to try out for tonight and over the winter. The Terra-nova Solar Horizon 2. Looks like an absolute beauty of a tent. Main concern with it is, one, I've done what I tell everyone to avoid. I haven't practiced pitching it. So I'm going to be pitching it for the first time out here on the moors. Now that I say that, I didn't even check if it's got guy lines. I brought my own pegs just in case. And then also, I always tend to go for a outer pitch first tent, try and keep the inside nice and dry. But this one is a inner pitch first one. So fingers crossed the rain doesn't come in whilst I'm trying to set it up. But yeah, looks like an absolute beauty of a tent. So I'll be letting you know about my opinion on that. And then also I've got a few new bits actually. Got a random little junior sleeping bag for Lola now that it's getting colder. She was shivering on our last camp, so I've upgraded her little sleep system. And then Flextail I've sent over kind of a vacuum pack system, which I've used for my down sleeping bag, try and help with pack size. So yeah. Oh, and a new pillow from Sea to Summit, which is a lot smaller, lighter, and better than my last one. So yeah, a few little bits to go through. Really annoyingly, it's just dawned on me that my hiking poles are still in the car. It's not a hiking pole tent, but there is a feature to kind of, I think you can put the kind of the fly sheet kind of awning bit up on it to open it up, but then also just adds a bit of more stability. There is kind of some points to kind of put them in to make it a bit more sturdy. Yeah, don't need them for the tent. The main thing is, I think the bits I'm walking over today are going to be boggy as anything, and I rely on those hiking poles to kind of test where I'm putting my feet. So it could be a few sinking episodes. My God, I just absolutely shat myself. I think somehow my air mat pump just set off in my bag, right by my head. I keep it in the top pouch. Oh my god, absolutely shit myself. It was just a random burst. I thought there was a drone somewhere around me. I could find drones going off in my bag. A bit wet underfoot. And then I've also got some river crossings. And yeah, I don't know how easy they're going to be. If only I had some hiking poles, eh? And also, I do not want her in my tent. I do not want her in my tent. She's an absolute state. And this, apparently, is a footpath. But it's fucking not, I'm telling you. Ugh. This is really annoying. I'll see if it does it again. Give my bag a little jolt. Air pump's on. See if I can turn it off again. Love it. It's going to do my head in. I do need to get down to that bog. I do need to get down to that river at some point because I don't have any water for tonight. I finished my 3-month dry spell, so I've got a little treat of 4 beers in my bag, and then I swung by my parents this morning. And had some homemade brownie which my mum gave me. So I'm gonna have to get this off my bag. It's doing my head in. So I've got the homemade brownie in my bag. Oh, it's taunting me. It's every time I talk. This is where I get to camp and it's got no battery left in it to actually blow up my air mat. Oh my god. When I get down to the river, I'll get the bag off my back so I can fill my water up, and I'm going to move that. It's going to be a bit of a climb. I think that is it. Up there I'm heading. Pretty sure. The rain's beginning to come in. So coat's on, and it is absolutely bolting. Refreshing, but bolting. And I'm about to come up to the river crossing, which is a bridge. So let's see what happens there. See you when I get there. Right, before I even get to the river, there's this to contend with. I think I'm gonna see if I can scale the wall. Oh god, that's deep. How am I going to do this? I'm not agile at the best times, let alone when I've got a big backpack on. Oh god, that's not very stable. I'm going to have to put E down for a minute. All I'm doing is pulling the wire into my feet. Into myself. Right. Right, now I'm on the side without the barbed wire. See what I can do. These stones aren't stable. And then there is no bridge, but there is a fence, so let's see if I can. I'm definitely not right. Oh my god, record this. Let's see if I can scale. Oh my god. scale the fence across. Lovely. How stable is that? Pretty stable. There we go. There we go. Come on, Mocker. Where are you getting to? You get out that way? Good girl. Get on. Good girl. Come on then. So back there when I said I needed to stop at the river to fill up my water, didn't do that. And there's, looking at maps, there's no more rivers between here and where I'm pitching, so last ditch attempt, I might just give the trail, MSR trail shot, a good old testing and just filter some of this up. Might take a bit of time, but let's see. I think we're here. So I think that's hanging soon over there. That's Wild Tour, where I had to abandon my pitch last time. That might be Stevenson Tour over there. I think I might just found one of my new favourite spots on Dartmoor. We've got this little, more or less, campsite. A view over to the East Moors. It's a nice old tour here, Pancake Rocks. And then we've got Dewerstone over there. Bloody lovely. I think I'm going to pitch my tent there. Let's see what we've got around there. Right, definitely pitching on the side of the rocks. Let's be having it. Let's get this tent up. Here we are from Terra-nova. I put it in its dry bag, but it's a 3 to 4 season tent. Not bad. You can get it absolutely tiny. You take the poles out and put them separately, which is what I've done. Yeah, just the actual tent compacts down really small. Yeah, like a horizon too. I can't remember all the details off the top of my head. I know it's supposed to be one of the most kind of eco-friendly tents on the market. And weight size for a 3 to 4 season tent, pretty banging. It's, I think you can get it down to about 1.5 kg, but kind of normal pack size is I think 1.7, which for a sturdy tent, which it's meant to be, we'll see how tonight goes, isn't too shabby. As I said, the only thing is that it is an inner pitch first. Oh, it did come with its own pegs. It's got loads of pegs then. poles here, but I haven't got the seam quite lined up. That's user error though. It's nothing to do with the tent. But yeah, considering I've never put it up before, and I've just watched a YouTube video before coming out, it's pretty easy to get up. It's just, as I said, if it does start absolutely pissing it down, the inside of the tent's going to get wet. But it's sturdy so far, and I'm not helping it by the fact that for the gram, I've effectively put it in front of a wind tunnel rather than actually blocking it. Yeah, there are 6 guy lines, 4 kind of tie-out points for the inner, which the outer attaches to, and then a further, I think it's 4 that the outer come to. So yeah, fair few. And then you've got, I guess that is for maybe if you want to do another attachment, 2 doors. And then you've got the Velcro here and a little storm clip here to keep it shut. And then I'm pretty sure up, if you can see it, up here, there is where you can put your hiking pole if you'd remembered them. Yeah, not too shabby. I'm a fan of it so far. And the other thing is, so it's a bit affected now that I've opened it, it comes really, really low to the floor. So yeah, I'd say in terms of warmth wise, it's looking at kind of 4 season. I haven't been inside it yet, but it's fairly solid other than this bit of mesh here. So yeah, I think warmth wise, you're looking at 4 season. I just don't know how it will hold up against high winds with the kind of sort of frame that it has, and just the single kind of, it's a bit like an MSR sort of pole there. But yeah, I like it. Let's get in and crack a beer. Hello MTV and welcome to my crib. It's a cushy little tent inside, so it is quite low profile. You've got your clips here to tie that back. Decent vestibule either side. And as I said, yeah, the door, that's the only real kind of mesh bit in it other than, is that, oh, they're just pockets. But then what you can do is have that down. That's some more mesh. If you need some more ventilation, or you can do that. And then you've got kind of tying points throughout here. And then a pretty good kind of bucket floor. I'm not too sure what these are for. These little toggles. Is that to tie that back or something? I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, it's cushy in here. Only thing is, I prefer this to be a little like kind of hoop rather than it's like a loop, because my other kind of torch and blow and kind of pump thing is that, so I can't actually put that on there. I'd rather waste the battery on that one for a light than on this. But yeah. And then talking about kind of that vacuum pack from Flextail as well. This is my sleeping bag. It's expanded a little bit since I've gotten it out, but that is pretty small. If I show you to compare it, what have I got to compare it with? Kind of my shoe. You can see how small that's got on it. So I'm going to get that out, get it inside my bivvy bag, which is there to protect it from Lola, and get it plumping out. Lola's got a little jumper on. She's on a folded over mat, and then I've just got a, you can get dog sleeping bags, but they cost like 80 quid, 100 quid. So I decided to just go outdoors, 2 to 3 season Euro hike. I think it costs 20 quid, and it's a junior one. So yeah, it's not down. Down wouldn't work for her because she'd just get absolutely soaking. But it's not too big, not too heavy. For the winter months, I won't want to take it in my in the kind of spring or summer, but winter months, a little something more for her. My little selection: Northern Monk, Buxton, St Ives, and I have absolutely no idea what this is. Pale ale, and I like the tin. I'm an absolute sucker. The market have got me. I walk up to shelves, and if it's a cool tin, cool design, colours, I buy it. Time to get the warm gear on. You know what that means. My passenger thermal leggings and the thermal base layer top. And I might whack the Polar Tech fleece on as well. Crack open a beer and then have a bit of brownie. Get the fuck on. Oh, it's quite nice. Not too shabby. Get on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Don't even think about getting on my bed. We'll get sleeping back out in a minute. Time to see if I get the shits. I ended up just scooping up the water in the bottle and leaving it to now to filter it. Some sock drying, hot jockey, and Smart Winner mug shot. Nothing special. Nothing special. Nice and easy. Cheap. I appreciate it hasn't got lots of calories in like a hiking meal does, but this was like 60-70p. I'm fed up of having to pay like £8 every time on a camper meal. So considering this was nothing big, wasn't like a big adventure, wasn't a big hike, I'm happy with that. I'd have eaten loads of brownie and 4 beers. I'm about to have a hot chocolate. I'm all good on the calorie front. But I don't need a nice, expensive, high-calorie camping meal. Got me mug shot in here. Lovely jubbly. Smells lovely. I am switching spoon between hot chocolate and bloody tomato pasta there. Background there, proper crisp this morning. State of that. Camp was over beyond that tour there. So, Sittaford Tor and across that ridge is looking like it's going to be quite a trek, and I'm needing to get home. So I've decided to sack off that. I'm going as the crow flies towards Fernsworthy Forest through somewhere called Great Tynehead Marsh, which I wouldn't recommend it. It's pretty much exactly how it sounds. Boggy is everywhere, so I'm having to be pretty careful where I'm walking. A little bit of ice, a little bit. I didn't get cold at all last night though. Nice and cosy in my setup. Jesus. So as you can see, it is absolute bog Mortimer through here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be heading over there, which is to an old abandoned farm, Tynehead Farm. It is dropping lower and flatter though, so I think this bog is only gonna get worse. Yeah. See you when I'm there. Oh my god, my feet are sinking. See you when I'm there, unless something savage happens. Like, all my fucking rubbish just falling off the back. Here we go. Let's clean this up. Here you go, I'm at Tynehead Farm ruins. It's one of those where you can feel walking on what looks like solid ground, but then you can just hear all the channels of water underneath your feet. You start sinking with every step. Oh my god. That looks boggy as anything as well. Right now I need to actually find my way from here to reservoir. Lola's just having a ball of the time around there. Come here, girl. Come here. Right, how do I get out of there? Lola, here. Oh. Lola. Come here. Heel. Good girl. Heel. Heel. Oh, I'm sinking. Lola. Lola, come back. Leave him to it for a minute. Come here. Stay. 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 Please don't come towards me. Right, I took a wide berth around that pony. It was scatty as anything. Well, in my eyes it was, because I was shit scared of them. And I put Lola on the lead, not for her sake, more for the pony's sake, in case it just got scattered out by her running around. But it was following me for a while, and I'm just thinking, I ain't got a chance if it starts charging. But we're past it. Probably meant absolutely nothing of it. It was just inquisitive, but yeah, I am not comfortable around them. Oh, what a nice morning. This morning, like, everyone always goes on about how shit the winter is in the UK, and don't get me wrong, when it's cold, dark and miserable in the morning, I'm waking up in bed knowing that I've got to go to work and I have to fit a dog walk in the piss and wet rain, then yeah, it's not ideal. But if you're actually kind of going out on a walk, you know it's going to be wet, you get the right sort of kind of clothes on, you commit yourself to it. I really don't care if it's raining that much, despite what I said about putting the tent up yesterday. So yeah, I don't mind the miserable weather, but then when the weather like this comes out, it's my favourite time of the year. Brisk, cold, low sun. Also means you don't have to get up ridiculously early to get some sunrise shots. You get a lion and them. So yeah, one of the favourite times of the year. It's so nice. And then if it is just miserable and you don't want to go outside, tuck up on the sofa, some crap food and some Harry Potter. There is quite a lot of ice around here, so I think it must have gotten pretty cold last night. Oh my god. Right, how nice to have a bridge. To have a bog to get through it. Oh, please don't sink. Oh, not too bad. Oh. There's the farm back there. Bloody lovely. Did you hurt your paw? Or are you just ready to go? You're ready to go. Come on. Do you want to go in properly, do you? Go on in properly then. So, final thoughts on the tent. Absolutely love it. It was so good from Terra-nova. I'm an affiliate of them. Not that they seeked me out. I emailed them a few months ago. And then back end of last month, I just emailed them saying kind of when I became a member, he said there's the chance of kind of like trying some products. Is there any chance that there's some tents available? And within the same day, they emailed me, asked me what sort of thing I'd want. They'd obviously gone onto my profile because they knew about Lola and said that she was allowed in the tent. Yeah, gave me a few options, and I chose the Solar Horizon 2. And within the next day, it arrived. And I was expecting a kind of half evidently used tent before. Some marks and scuffs on it, which may be from kind of being in a showroom or having been used by other kind of customers before, but no, brand spanking new. And they were super chilled about it. They said kind of, we know it's tough to get out this time of the year, so no rush, kind of send it back when you're ready, and then either leave it at that or we can send you another one out. So yeah, really good from them. And as for the tent, it's absolutely mint. For a tent that's kind of that sort of size, that sort of weight, it's amazing. I didn't get kind of cold in it at all last night. It comes really low to the ground. For a tent that weight, it's got loads of solid fabric. In terms of kind of cons, it was a nice calm night last night and I was tucked behind the rocks. So when the wind picked up, I couldn't really test it. And I'm not too sure about those kind of crossbar designs. I prefer kind of full kind of bar coming across like your Helm Compact or your... What's my first tent? My first tent was Cloud Peak 2 by whatever that company is. Can't remember them. But yeah, so don't know what they're going to be like, what crossbar design's like in high winds. And also it comes down quite low, so you have to kind of crawl out the door. And I'm not a big person. But then again, if it was higher, it'd catch the wind more. And then, yeah, just the fact that it's in a pitch first. Other than that, such a good tent, so nice. And this is the danger of me kind of doing these sort of things, having tents lent to me, is I know I'm just going to fall in love with them and I'm going to want them. And that's like the best part, 600, 700 quid. Can't justify it. If I had the money, I'd snap it right up. Tell them not to expect it back and I'll ping them over some money. But yeah. And I'd say, in terms of a traditional kind of pole tent, it's my favourite tent that I've ever used. But is it the one? Not too sure. I think just for those cons, really. But yeah, best tent that I've used for that traditional pole sort of tent. Still that hiking pole tent, the Lanshan 2. Just absolutely love it. But then again, I feel like I get kind of, as lame as it might sound, I get kind of attached to tents. The more you go out in them, the more you go out in them, the more they get you out the absolute shitter. The more you begin to like them. And that Lanshan 2, I've taken it out of conditions that it had absolutely no right to stand up to. Kind of when shit hits the fan, the wind comes in, storm comes in, and suddenly you're in the middle of nowhere, and your little safe space is that kind of 1 metre by 2 metre tent, and it hasn't let me down. And I've done the West Island way with it, so who knows, if I use this Solar Horizon 2 all the time, it might just be up there.